To be closer to our family. We have a very nice life here with lots of friends and lots to do. We are both artists and work together on many projects. During the weekends, we like to cook. We are vegetarians, camping, reading, and go for dancing. Why do you care about the writer? How's it going in there? I love you, Grandma of Cheetos. I hope everything goes well. How pleasuring you are to me. Kisses and hugs forever. Much love, Jennifer Tamayo. I am writing a book about meeting my real father in the internet. It's not metaphoric, it's a cutting. I've always felt like somebody else, like constantly slipping into something else, like the time I took on a new name as a grown woman, like the time I pretended to be a muse, like the time I worked at a brothel, like the time I wanted to be a lawyer, like the time I lived in New York City. I like this shifty. I like it in good ways. Is it sick that I want to be vulnerable to change? Am I a hypocrite in my own life and it's okay? Jennifer Tamayo, my love, I got your long massage. What joys to hear from you. Your grandmother of cheating was Julia, my bisabuela, who died last October for me, and it was very sad. Tell me of your mom and your brother. Tell me of your husband. Where is and how old and why? Why? Congratulations on your mastery of poetry, Jennifer Tamayo. Then again, write again. I love you. I love you. Attached is a photo of your grandfather. He's such a mine. And by the way, there's auto financing available. Bad credit card loans 100% accepted. Auto financing available. Bad credit card loans 100% accepted. Auto financing available. Bad credit card loans 100% accepted. Auto financing available. Bad credit card loans 100% accepted. Auto financing available. Bad credit card loans 100% accepted. Auto financing available. Bad credit card loans 100% accepted. Auto financing available. Bad credit cards 100% accepted. Hello, Jennifer Tamayo. How are you? Well? Write me anytime. You'll respond with great pleasure. I love you, your father. P.S. Jennifer Tamayo, my darling daughter, a hug and 1,000 blessings on your birthday. May God continue to service you for many more years. I believe in heartbreak. I believe in sickness as possibility. When I was in Medellin, I saw this wonderful exhibit on the work of Orlan. She does performance surgeries, reads Foucault and Artaud while she's cut open, and then rubs the books against her open flesh. And I loved it. And my dad was there. And a few floors above, there were all the heaviness of the boteros, an artist you brought to my attention when we lived in Chicago together. And it was all circular and wonderful, but the boteros were so heavy and sick and happy in all their disgusting fatness. Sick with life, and below there was other sickness, the body infected by theory, the body open and vulnerable to the toxicity of language and thought, and me there, sick with my father, sick to my stomach with the contortions of being the grown daughter. I wore a navy blue bow in my hair. Jennifer Tamayo, my girl, how do you have all these wills when we do not talk? I am so glad that you're going to graduate soon. Never forget, darling, you are the granddaughter of the sun. Grandpa Luis meets 74 years on June 17th and love you very, very much. Jennifer Tamayo, did I tell you that your brother Marcel is graduating this year and study law? He hates it. I crochet, you know, and 2 needles and make folders and scarves and balances. Your dad is a lot happy that you wrote Jennifer Tamayo. And now I'm ill again. I fell in love with a person who I knew eventually I would have to fall out of love with. And the time has come, and I feel sad, like boring sad, like boring sad, like a sad kind of boring, like boring sad, like sad. By the way, do you still think about fucking me? Jennifer Tamayo, I send you a hug and a kiss. Write. Why don't you write us? You write so much, but never us. Sincerely, your grandmother Deline. And also, will you find sincere Jewish singles in your area? Will you find sincere Jewish singles in your area? Meet attractive Jewish singles in your area. Meet attractive Jewish singles in your area. And start flirting now. My daughter, I wish you a happy birthday. I hope that it passes you very well and that you enjoy a lot in your day. I love you. A hug from your family here in Colombia, your grandparents, your uncles, your primos, and your brother. I can't wait. I can't wait to be seeing you and my family finally. Finally, in and under my flesh. All the best, your father. No, I don't think it's wrong to publish the emails. The language belongs to me now, and I would never publish our emails. That's different. I know you wouldn't want me to. Also, can I tell you something? I've been having these time lapses lately where I feel like 5 minutes is lasting like 5 hours, and I'm trapped in this stretch out time. It's a little scary, but also a little okay. I'm okay. Thanks, Dad. Good to hear from you on my birthday. I had a really great with so many friends here in New York. Hugs and kisses to everyone in Colombia. Yours, Jennifer Tamayo. P.S. Dad, did you hear about Oprah's big secret? She has a sister. Oprah's big secret revealed. Oprah has a big sister, and her name is Patricia. Jennifer, tell us how you've been. How is Sean? How is everyone in New York after the hurricane? My mom sends you a big cuss and wants you to send photos from the trip. Your grandma has been well and very happy to see you again as a big woman. We send much loving kisses to the big woman. Tell me when you can speak on Skype. God fills you up with a bunch of blessings. God fills you up with a bunch of blessings. Hi, son. All good here. Our neighborhood lost no electricity or anything. We live in the normal part of the city. Kisses to all, Jennifer Tamayo. Blessings of God, Jennifer Tamayo, as we have seen and read very dramatic situations. A huge hug and a cussing. Hi there, dear Info New York sales. Superb quality. Cialis, $1.71. Viagra, 79 cents. Propecia, 29 cents. Levitra, $1.68. 24/7, 365 support. Free deliverance insurance, 10 years worldwide supplier. I worry about you, and I shouldn't because you're successful and you seem happy on Facebook, but I worry. Not maybe I just wonder about you. You are always so oddly self-obscure, and I hope you are well, Jennifer Tamayo. Hi, Grandma, one more thing. I sit down at the counter, I order pancakes, I put on sunglasses, I look pretty. I'm between two older men. I hear one man say to the other, "You're between us, but don't worry, you are safe." He adds, "Well, maybe not," with a chuckle. I can see him in the face. I am too hungry. I don't want to eat. I don't want to talk. Everyone is looking at me with the men. The other man is quiet. He's a veteran. He saved our lives, says the first man. "Remember when you played soccer with the Germans?" I don't want to talk. I can feel his weight on my stool. I study the menu gratuitously. I think about bacon. I think about oatmeal. I think about writing. I think about writing. I pour a fistful of sugar into my coffee. I drink my coffee. The second man leaves when I eat my pancakes. When my pancakes arrives, and the first man opens his newspapers and says, "Let's see what we see." And he notices my ring, and he says, "It looks nice." He says I should wear it on my right hand so I can defend myself. I tell him I'm left-handed. He asks me to make a fist to show it to him. He studies my fist. He says, "Good." He says I should practice my punch on my pillow. He says women are getting raped and killed out there. He says the city is unsafe. He says there are no jobs. He says it will get worse. He says I need to point to it. Practice my punching. He says I need to get one of these. He points to his pocket. He points to a metal thing. He says, "Do you know what this is?" He says, "I'll show you what this is." He takes it and opens it up. He shows me the blade. The blade catches the light. He makes me afraid. The blade makes me afraid. He says, "You'll need to get one when you get stabbed one day." He says, "It's not hard to stab after you've been stabbed." He says, "I don't want to go out anymore." He says, "You don't go out at night." He says, "Now I have the internet." He points to my laptop on the counter. I get the good butter. I put the good butter on my pancakes. I cover the pancakes in syrup. I feel like I'm going to have to throw this up. I think about writing. I think about writing. I eat the pancakes. I think about throwing up the pancakes. I eat the pancakes. I have cramps. I'm going to get my period, I think. I'm a whale, I think. I'm a big, bloody animal. He opens to a page with the late Whitney Houston wearing a snake print dress. I want to dance with somebody who loves me. He says, "I'm going to get you that snake print dress." He says, "Would you like that dress?" He says, "You're welcome." He picks up his ex to cut at the image. He stops himself. He turns the page. He says, "You can eat the good butter because you're Spanish." He says, "We can eat anything we want because we will live until we're 89. You and I. He says, "What sign are you?" He says, "Me too." He says, "Oh, you like looking at the moon and all that shit." He says, "You like looking at the moon and you like looking at lightning at night." He says, "You also love pens and notebooks. You're obsessed with pens and notebooks. You love pens and notebooks. You eat pens and notebooks. Good God, pens and notebooks. I get a cramp. You keep a diary, don't you? You're obsessed with pens and notebooks. Go to this website," he says. "They have all these pens and notebooks." He shows me his pen. He goes out at night to look at the moon. "Do you keep a diary?" He says, "Me too." He says he has 8 journals. He says we are the same. He says he likes the snow. He says he likes the snow at night. He says I like it too. He says I shouldn't believe in that stuff too much. He says I should only believe in it a little. He knows I agree. He says we are also like milk. He says he knows me. He says uses the word media. He says, "Tu sabes?" He told me about a place downtown with good milk. He has a cap and a mustache. He is a stranger. I know this stranger. I become a very large thing. I think about writing. I can feel my bones filling with the milk. I can see his car from where we sit. I like his car. It looks white. It looks clean. I want to touch this man's hair. I want to touch the fat spilling on his stool. I want to touch his shoes. I want to ask how old he thinks I am. I'm surprised he says 32. I hear him call me honey. I don't want him to call me honey. I want him to ask about his family, but he's giving me advice about money. I'm supposed to put 40% of my paycheck away. I can feel the blade in his pants. I think I should move the tables. The voice is telling me to move the tables. I cry one tear into my pancakes. I can feel the pancakes through his pants. I find out he's not married, never married, no kids, never wanted to. He said he'd rather go to the movies alone. He says, "Don't get married, honey." He says, "You'll be happier alone. You can go to the movies alone." When the gypsy's done to me, he says, "Honey, those are gypsies." I look at my purse. He looks at my purse. He moves it closer to me. I'm a big, bloody animal. I see gypsies. Her hair is the color of fake orange. I had hair like that once. He said, "Move your phone to the edge of the counter, honey." He says it's going to fall. I move the phone. I put it on my laptop. He said, "That's better." Yeah, that's better to me. I'm the pancake guy. I'm the pancake. I have the cramp. I say, "Why don't you read my horoscope?" He tries to read it. He reads it. He reads, "You size up a situation and reconsider. Don't let anyone change your plans. Someone will try to change your plans." He skips the words he can't read. He skips one full sentence. He asks if I graduated high school. He says I should go into law enforcement. After 9/11, everyone's afraid, and he says there's money there. Estás calmada, I hear him say. I say, "I hope you're learning something from me, honey. When a woman is violent, is it different than when a man is violent?" I consider getting into the car. I think about writing. I consider getting into the car. I consider the blade. 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 I consider staying all day.